So this is going to be just a short video tip on how to remove rows in a Power Query extract. Actually, it happens quite commonly. And the trick is actually to use the column text filter to do it. Not the most intuitive solution, but it's not all that hard to do. I'll show you how that works. So I just went looking for a set of data, and here's for those financially interested. Anyways, here's a table I'm going to extract through Power Query, and I'll show you how that works. So going back over here, Power Query, and I'm going to extract this from the web. I just happen to know the web address, of course. And I'll paste that web address in and import the table. And here's the table that I get from that page, but obviously I've got a few other things here that I don't want, like this last row 31, which is going to obviously mess things up big time. Now the whole logic of Power Query, it's like an extract transform load function, ETL. So I've extracted it, now I need to do some transformations. So I now have to figure out what's a way I can get rid of this row such that this is not going to be a problem every time it updates, because this table will update constantly. So I'll highlight on the column itself, go to the text filter, and use one of these logical filtering tools to figure out what would take out that row consistently and not affect anything else. So in this case, it seems like the easiest way to filter out that last row is to have the transformation process filter out all the rows that actually have the word row in it. So I choose text filter, does not contain. So again, you have the options here, but I'm going to just say, okay, I want to show the data where the row does not contain rows. This is of course a text filter. And of course, as you can see, it immediately takes that one out. So that's how you could do it for any other ones, depending on the rows. You just need to figure out a way to find a key, number, letter, character, whatever, to systematically remove that row. And remember, Power Query is updating, so it's not good enough just to delete the row in your Power Pivot table or something, because as soon as you refresh the data, that row is going to come right back at you. So remember, this is the screen where you're doing all the transformations. For example, I see here, I need to transform this because this is not in a date format. So a date. This, for example, is not in a number format. Need to do that. And as you can see, which is the beauty of Power Query, is that as I go along, it's actually identifying, this is normally closed, the sides, the steps. It's actually tracking every step you do in this transformation. So yes, here's my source file. Then I change the type. I filtered the row. I changed another type, and so on. So you can build that entire logical sequence of steps to the point that you're satisfied that you've made all the transformations. You can add columns and do, mathematical operands, adding one column to another and putting it into a third, renaming things, reorganizing it to the point that you're satisfied that this table is going to be clean, easy to use. Once you're done that, just press the Done button down there. Takes it over into takes it over to Excel, and then you just carry on from there. And you can basically make that whole Power Query thing just disappear. So now you have this table which is updating automatically. So every day, since this is a daily table, if I were to open it and refresh it, there would be a new row of data every day. So logic of filtering rows, though, is actually just to use the column text filter.